Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is 3rd of February 2025. It is a very beautiful day here, very sunny, and it was the first snow. It's not too much of a snow, but really nice. And it's a really good and beautiful day. And I hope it's the same wherever you are. I hope it's the same in the place where you are and where you are watching me. So thank you very much for coming to my the new channel, Top Notch Investors. Here today I would like to talk about about different very interesting topic about our power of our mind. Basically, I would like to talk about how things, because we are humans, everybody, and we all know how things work in our body, and we know how we move things. We know a little bit about our organism, and we know that we have a liver, and we have legs and hands and all those basic things. We have a heart, liver, and gallbladder, all kinds of different organisms are in our body. We know how, more or less, we should probably know some things about ourselves, how we feel good, why we feel bad. But there is another thing that I would like to talk today about. It is our mind, because how is important our mind in the mind. It is probably the most crucial thing in our in our life path. For example, when we are born and we become a child and become a children, teenager, when become adult and you get older, and we naturally know that our organism gets older. But what happens with our mind? That's the most interesting, because because that's the thing that nobody teaches. We somehow in our beginning of our life, when we are born and we are a child, we have a mind which is we have a creativity, we have all those imagination, and we think how we would like to and who we would like to be. And children are very playful. Yeah, they are a lot of enthusiasm, and because in your life you see the new things, the new all the beautiful things, the sun, and you have a joy in yourself. But something happens when we get a little bit older. For example, when we get to 12 or 14 years, we start to go to the school, and something happens, because something overshadows our mind, because we are going to learn specific things about mathematics, physics, and too much information is being forced into our brain, and we lose a little bit of control of our mind. Mind control, which direction we should go. So it's very crucial moment when our creativity gets overshadowed by our energy gets overshadowed by all those things that we have to pass just to learn how to write, to how to count, and biology, and physics and chemistry, all those. Our brain what happens is my thought is we tend to start to use the brain, which is our brain, because, as you know, it has two parts, and one is for our daily function, and one is for conscious mind and subconscious now. So we tend to start to learn how to use our conscious mind, and how is important to regain back control of our subconscious mind, because that is the most powerful brain, and scientists did not do not know how much power is there. So so I probably would like to talk on this in this topic in this my podcast, or how you will call it, about our mind, about our subconscious mind, and how we can gain control and use it for our benefit. And it does not matter what kind of benefit we are talking about here. If it's in a life, it can be all kinds of difference. How is our quality life is getting, if we are more happy, joyful, and or it's opposite, when we get more positive things or negative things, and how a subconscious mind can we can use it to select which path we want to go. So I think that's probably enough for just for the start and for introduction, but let's move to to the actual things. And for example, we have our mind. Yes, we have a mind. We have a mind that is conscious and subconscious, and we fill up our conscious mind with all the things that we need, how to calculate, how to use the chemistry, all the things that we learn during when we are teenager, when we go to school, college, or maybe university. So this part is of the brain is really filled up. But it does not necessarily mean that when we learn more of the things, does not lead to the success and to the good life and to all those good things that they are here, but we cannot. We are here, but we cannot sometimes find it. We cannot reach them. We are so close, and we cannot. We don't know what to do. We have. It's our. Some people. It gets like a mystery or life of a goal. How to achieve those things, and they are so close and you cannot get it. How is it possible? So I think that's the reason that our subconscious mind is overshadowed by all those scientific things. So how we can get back control, because that is the most crucial part of actually of our brain, because we want to live good and to live to enjoy life, to see the sun and to be in the warm between the positive people, and and to learn and to develop. But sometimes we get stuck into like stuck in the cycle and we cannot get out. So that's the good point to bring and to start thinking about subconscious mind, because I will tell you why. Because that's the thing. That is the thing, because I will repeat a little bit. When we grow up, right? Just imagine you're a child, you're a teenager, you're adult person. So basically, when you're a child, you go to the school, and you already invest a lot of things into your conscious mind. You invest because you go to the school, you learn all those things. It's you use your time, you use maybe parents put a lot of hope and finances and feed you and buy you all the things so you can go to the school and go to the college and learn all those basic things. And so that is a lot of already invested there. And now what is missing is missing another part. It is our subconscious mind. So that is it leaves being without a huge gap. It leaves absolutely huge gap, and we lose our even ability to think that we can control it. And I would like to because, and it's never too late to start investing in our subconscious mind, because it's also, it does not cost anything to cost. It's absolutely free thing, and the only thing what we need to to spend is our only effort. That is only effort, and we have to have some kind of will, and we need also time. But time is plenty of time, and it is unlimited time that we have. And by the way, we have to can mention that time is not is not. It is a very artificial thing in our world, and because we know that it only measures how many times Earth turns around the sun or turns around the moon, and it is only a specific period that which we created. But there is some things more. We can even say that time does not exist, but we still use it, and because we need it for daily life, and to see how many hours you worked, how many hours you will get paid, and when you go to the shop and you buy all those things, you need to measure all those things just to keep the constant economy flowing, and keeping all those things in order. So I now it's a very interesting, because now how we can get and to that level, to that subconscious mind, and what we should do there, because because we need some kind of mental discipline. Let's put it this way: mental discipline. It's disciplined, and we need a mental discipline to get our power of my mind, get control. So the most simple and the most easiest way to describe it is how looks our mental discipline is. It's three stages. Sometimes things are getting being told you without you hear them, and you remember, and you can use all those information. So if it's a topic that is interesting for you, and you should probably know how mental discipline is working. In my personal life, and things what I learned, and my all thoughts that I had in my brain, I used all the time three stages. So first stage is I always think. For example, I want something to reach. I want somewhere to go. It does not matter. I'm not talking about that I want somewhere to go. Even it's the same thing that I want to go to a shop. I want to go to the sea, or I want to travel somewhere. You all the time think about many things that is turning around. Sometimes you think about things that is going to happen just soon. Some things will happen a little bit longer, and another things that we think really long in front of you. So that is the most interesting, the most how should I put, thinking really in the long term is really good, because that is our path, and where we're going to end, and we have ability to think and to draw our path where we want to be, and how we would, in what kind of, between all kinds of, with what kind of people we would like to be, and environment is many things. It's just imagine how possibilities are endless, and the next first stage is a think. Next stage is when you actually want some things to get happen and to really become your reality, it's you start to things to say. So the second stage is you start say. You all the time you have to tell to yourself, I want to go there, I want to do some things there, I want to feel there. And the next stage is actually activity, actually the already our path when we physically start things to do. And it's physically we start to go, because we have already three stages: we thought, we said, and here we do. So it is very simple. It is the most disciplined, the most simplest and most easiest discipline that you can apply to your mind control. It is you think, you say, and finally you start things to do. You get started in the process. So, so when we develop all the path, we said, we thought, we did, we finally we can also choose the quality of our path. If it's and direction, quality, direction, and for example, quality would be what kind of road are you going to choose. It's all of those things depend on you person, what kind of road you want. Sometimes the path can be very difficult, and maybe it's difficult to navigate and difficult to move. And the second can be it's quite good quality, good of a path, and maybe it's a really good highway, maybe it's a good way, and which path you are choosing. And obviously you can control the road. Why do you need to choose the road that is very very difficult to navigate, and it has a lot of holes, and it protects you from movement? You can project a little bit the better road, who is straight and is wide enough to move, and is not so many not so many some things that can disrupt you. So, or you can choose the highway that is moving so fast, and is just moving so fast, and you just need to get to the point, from point A to the B at the fastest moment. So you choose the path. Obviously, sometimes you have to choose, because also you don't. It's you choose a time, how things you will move fast. You don't need the road that is too quality is too bad. And you also don't need maybe the road that is too high. You need a route that the road that is where it is suitable for you. So don't choose the road that is with a lot of holes and it's difficult to navigate. Maybe you need to go to the mountain, and it's a really hard one. Choose the road that you need, that is good for you. And it's also the same with direction, where we're going. So as you told you, it's you can choose. If the road signifies which road you move, it's just a physical thing, it's our reality. But just remember that you can choose all those things, that if you want to be happy, if you want to be sad, if you want to be poor, or you want to be wealthy, it's all those things depend on us. So you keep in mind all those things, and we will go maybe more about those things later. And now it's the question: is it possible that anybody can get back control of the mind? It's true. It is true. It's absolutely true. It's anybody can can get back the control of the mind, and it does not matter if you are young, if you're old, or it does not matter of your age. And the second thing is also, it's mm, um, but I forgot the point. Sometimes it happens that I forget the point, and sometimes I mixed up the things. But yeah, yes, I remember. Sorry, I apologize for. And how should I put? Sometimes because then we moved during our life, and we are you in we moving during our life and moving into some kind of direction. Of course, we are driven by our conscious mind, and we lost control of our subconscious mind, and it leads to a lot of disappointments, and all those things that make us unhappy and unhealthy, and a lot of misfortune. All those things that we experience. The question is why. It's it's some kind of. It looks like it's even our distraction. We're moving to that direction that we're looking. Almost we are going to destroy. So sometimes it's good to move to be at that part of your life and to fall into that, but you have to will and understand that you need at some point to get out from this from this, and to start moving up, and to change all those things dramatically to the upside, because it's not a place where to be. So it's why should we destroy ourselves in such a position that we go and destroy us with destroy us? Is no reason for that. We can destroy ourselves happily. We can destroy us with fun and by being wealthy and rich and enjoying all of things in life, because anyway we're going to end up there. It's not something that really control. We can control a little bit if maybe our life will be longer, and maybe we live a couple years longer, but why we should live our lives in a sad and misfortunate? So just need to change something in our mind, and to go to that another direction that is actually good for us, and it's in our control, and we fully can regain the control and to change the changes here in our hands. We have ability to do that, not in the physical arms, but in our energy, in our thinking, positive thinking, and all those things. So as you understand, it's our choice if we want. What are we going to choose? If you're going to choose, just imagine if you're going to drive a old car, or a broken car, or if you will drive a good car which is works perfectly. It needs the same effort to get the same which or that. It's just up to in our mind. It's written here that why we cannot choose the proper car and drive really on the good road in our life. Why we sitting in this little bit not mechanically in the order car, and our road is very bumpy, and we are moving up the hill, and maybe car does not have enough power. So it's just switch our mind to control, and back. Let's gain the back our mind control back to our hands, and start to use it properly. So I apologize. It's I have not planned that it will be sunny. It will be shining so much, and it's just straight shining into my eyes, and sometimes I lose the things that I want to say, and that's quite. I was talking quite a lot of already. Need some kind of little bit relaxed our mind. And now let's put it this way. We talked a lot about our mind of control of our mind, and the best option would be how we can actually build it. Build it again, and what steps, not physical, but what steps we should take it. If it's there are some things to do and not to do. So obviously it's most important to go and discuss those things that we need to do. There are some steps, particular steps, it's very easy to apply in your life, and it's not so difficult. It's just all the simple and basic things to do, and also the most simple, very very simple steps to not to do is also on the opposite side. And now, because we know that our mind, I would say it in this way, our mind is our home. It's here. We are controlling it. We control our conscious mind. We try to gain the control of our subconscious mind because we want to control it. And the inside ourselves in the mind, we can build our place where we live, and all we live. It depends absolutely on you. What kind of the house you will build in your mind. So sometimes, obviously, you need to build something that is really strong, and it's something strong, but it's the full life is happening there, and you have ability to defend and to keep the things in order that is functioning really well. So it's up to us to choose and how much effort we will put to building our kingdom in ourselves. It can be a kingdom, it can be a fort, how I should say it, fortress, right? So, or it's obviously you don't want to build a shed which water is leaking and all door is maybe not closing and windows and wind is blowing through a windows. You don't want this so you have to concentrate on something really strong, with a strong basement and all the supports and a really good roof and around good territory, all those things. And yes, you can do it. We can do it, and it is the fact that we can do it. And now let's move to the most important steps. How the most easy and most simple things we need to do that we gain back our control of our subconscious mind and start using it properly and really functioning really well. The process will take, of course, some time, and the change does not happen immediately when you start things to do it, but it comes just by the way we start to think and start do. It is the process, and finally all the time when a process is finished, we have some kinds of results. So the change does not happen really fast. It's very slow, but it happens. We just need to keep our to have our faith and to believe into something and do actual work, which is not so difficult. It's more easier than we imagine about it. And so it is very simple things. How to gain back the first steps, the most simple steps, how to gain back our control of our mind. Very simple. Let's go to the list and start discussing about it. So the first one is, in my opinion, it is actually a food that we put into, that we eat when we digest and we process it, and it is. I will explain you why, because you might think, okay, I can eat anything. I can eat a burger. I can eat anything. I can eat anything what is in the shop, but it's not true actually. You should try and should keep on the healthy food, that is vegetables and maybe organic meat and all those basic things that they are not so they are actually expensive, but all the time we can find cheaper alternatives which is also healthy. So and I will explain you why, because the food, for example, that we digest is we think that we digest our food, but it's not actually true. The food is getting digested by us only. It's a small percent. It's not so large amount of of the food that we digest. Actually, the most part of the food is getting digested by by microbes and by all kinds of bacteria which we have in our intestines. And here is a connection. It's very simple connection. The bacteria that we have, microbiome that we have, all those thousands and millions of bacteria, we are literally connected with our brain. So there is a huge connection between our digestive tract and our brain. So when you put all those healthy foods, for example, organic apple, or things that grow without the chemicals, and you promote the healthy bacteria. Imagine of a very simple thing, because before the beer alcohol drink was not pasteurized, and at that time people were much more happy and more friendly and fun, and you don't know the reason, because on pasteurized beer, on pasteurized products, we probably have all kinds of funny bacteria which promote you feeling well and feeling fun and doing all those crazy things. Of course, there is a different talk about the alcohol, which I will mention later, but it's very simple. And now is the reason that why the things, you see that how things are connected here. And of course, we are living in a very modern world, and it sometimes is difficult to avoid all those things, all those trees that are available here in everywhere we go. It's a lot of fast food restaurants, and you cannot avoid it, but keeping on the good side is a good idea. Always time is a good idea to keep on the side and to eat those things more healthy, more green, more vegetables, organic meat, maybe all kinds of wheat products that are grown organically. So slowly it will have impact. It will not come immediately. It will be a slow process, and finally will start to improve. Next one, it's very important to choose your environment where you are, and sometimes you cannot choose the environment where you are, and it does not depend on you, but slowly you can put yourself in that path where you want to be, and you need to carefully select the environment where you are, because the place where you live, it also affects you and your well-being and all those things that you can control. So obviously, for example, living in the city, in a big city, it's cause you to act in one way, and living in a smaller town actually a little bit different. And if you live in the village, you are a completely opposite person. And sometimes, as you can see, people that come from the village, or they cannot understand the persons who live in the city, and it gets because the subconscious mind is so different, because one person who is living in the village in a small town, he is surrounded by all the natural things that surround you. It's forests and maybe lakes and all kinds of fresh air, and the other person is naturally surrounded with artificial buildings and a lot of stress and maybe sound and all those things. So when you're moving during your life, you have an ability to choose those things. So it's up to you to decide where you want to live. Is a city, a large city, is good for you, or you rather choose smaller town where you're going to feel better. How is going to now it's how is going to affect you, and how well you're going to be. Obviously, you're choosing. The better is to choose a smaller, more quieter, more natural things, because we are humans. We are like, let's put it this way, we are animals, and we are here for the nature. We are nature. We are nature. So it's for us. It's a little bit better to be close to nature. It has to be combined. Of course, we cannot isolate ourselves completely from the large cities and from the all modern life, but we should try. We should try, because all getting back our mind control is much easier in living in a smaller town than rather when you give away all your mind control to somebody else, and which is very easy. And when you give away your control of mind, it's very difficult to regain back control. So you have to be very let's put it this way, little bit strategic, and you have a gut feeling and a little bit intelligence in yourself. And the next thing, the most let's put it this way, the next step how we can gain our to control our mind is also to be and where we are, and what kind of people surround us, because all we know is there is all kinds of different people, and their character, we have different all kinds of character. Some people are introverts and extroverts. Some people you see how they act, and sometimes you can see through them, and you can see what are the intentions, and it's up to you to see things how much you can see. And it's not the world is not like a fairy tale that everything is ideal, and sometimes it's difficult, and difficult, and some people that surround us, we don't really get their intentions, and it takes a really long time until we get to understand who they are, because they wear huge masks and protected with thousands of walls, and it's very difficult to cross those walls and see the things. So it's very important to little by little bit surround yourself with the people that you can see them. They are together with you. They have maybe similar thinking, or even better is even better is to surround yourself. Try to surround with people that are better than you, and from some things that you want to learn from them. It's really important, because that for example, it's a person has a good life, and has a good family, and he has a good kind of work or business, or he's successful, he has a lot of achievement. It's obviously really good. That would be really good to surround with us, because when you see them, you can start to learn from them. It's the best option is to over time to learn from other people, and it's quite difficult, because sometimes you can get rejected by, if you want to artificially, and you see you will not become a friend if you go in the street and you say, oh, I want to be your friend. It's not going to happen this way. It's possible that we have to consider our inner ourselves, and to start to improve the things, and maybe probably we will be automatically surrounded with those people that are more successful than you, and when you think you can learn and start to because it's also beneficial for all of us. And another thing is another thing how we can get our mind of control is very basic things, very simple and very basic things that you can do it every single day. And it's basically need exercise. What does not matter what kind of exercise it is, maybe some kind of sport activity. It does not necessarily need to be very heavy lifting or running 2 hours per day. It's basic things. And for example, it can be maybe you want to go to see the mountains, do a little bit hiking. Maybe you want to stay in near the sea. Maybe you want to go to swimming and sauna. Maybe swimming pool. It all depends on you. It's your choice, but you have to practice it. And some things, maybe going for a walk and breathing fresh air, it gives you a lot of simple things that you start to think start to get back control of your subconscious mind. Not a difficult task. And another very simple thing is getting back control of your mind is very simple, because we have mentioned food, you need a sport, you need an environment, you need the people, very basic things which is very simple and possible to achieve. And another simple step is we need to read and learn the things. Sometimes you need particular things to learn, and because there is a lot of written books and the newspaper and media, but sometimes you need to choose what things you read and what things you need to read and what things to watch, because there is so plenty of information in this world that is really very difficult to find that particular information that is filling you in the right path. So obviously when you go into library, you will choose the books that you will try the most interesting book, but sometimes not all the books are written in a good way, and they don't provide really good information. So you need to scroll and to really find that a book that really helps you. And if you want to watch a movie, it is the same. You can also need to choose the movie that is creating for you really good feelings and into your mind. And why you should watch a horror movie if you can watch a comedy or maybe drama or some kind of things, because remember, watching all those movies is also it's writing you something into subconscious mind, and you don't want to write all those things that the horror or crime and all those. We need to write the things that are really essential for us, and we keep us in the good path on our good path of our life. And another thing that is important is also very basic and very simple thing. That is, we need to sleep well and rest well after, basically, because during the day we get tired, our organism use energy, and all the time, every single night it needs to recover. So good quality of sleep that is and good duration of a sleep is very important. To keep a duration that is all the time is constant. And for adult person, it is you need to sleep at least 7.5 hours. If you are younger, maybe 8, and if you get older, also a little bit late. But keep your sleep really constant. And if you need to sleep more, sleep more. Sometimes when you get tired and when your organism is bombarded with all kinds of chemicals and is overloaded with all kinds of things. Sometimes you need to sleep more, but essentially, finally you should be sleeping when your organism is working optimally. You need to sleep about 7.5 hours. It is ideal. You can sleep a little bit less, or you can sleep a little bit more. Very simple things. So I will repeat now for so you people know understand. So how you can get the control of our mind, control of your subconscious mind. So we need the simple things, very simple. Food, we need good environment, we need like living in a city or village, we need surround ourselves with people, the correct people, we need to exercise and do a little bit of sport, we need to read and learn, and we need to sleep well and rest. Those simple still steps are really really easy to achieve, and anybody can do it. And now finally, not finally, but I have covered all those things that we have to do, and what things that are not to do. That is also very very important, because knowing what things you have to do and what things we don't do, really crucial, and really crucial, and it's really sometimes it's very difficult to avoid those things, but with a huge your internal power and understanding all those things, you will give them naturally. And some things that it's very difficult when you start to do those, they are very difficult to stop, so it's the best not to start. And I'm trying to mention now the first thing, what is the most important is, it is absolutely avoid alcohol. I'm sorry to announce, maybe a lot of corporations and maybe wine and beer factories will not like me what I say, but to regain the to regain our subconscious mind control, it is essential to stop using alcohol. So that involves all kinds of alcohol. It does not matter if it's I don't want even to mention it, but because it's a huge it will be a huge how shall I put that will be really not a good advertisement for all those things. But avoid beer, avoid wine, avoid spirit, avoid all those high alcohol drinks. Well, and I will tell you why you should avoid all those things. They are here, they are very easy to reach, and they are just so tempting sometimes, but I will tell you, it's very simple thing. Because our brain is such a mechanism that is working. If you want to improve it, it does not never gets bigger, because our brain is fixed in our head school, and it never gets bigger. It's how it's a big question. How is it possible that some people are more clever and some people are not so smart, and all kinds of varieties or levels there. So so the most simple thing is that in our brain it is when we want to be clever, we don't grow our brain bigger. It never gets bigger. It's it is getting some kind of in some way it creates some kind of neuron network inside, but it is expands in inside, so it gets inside bigger. That means becomes much more neural networks and much more connections, and they are small and very fragile. And what happens with alcohol? Alcohol, it's actually distracts those all those neural networks, and it affects basically worsens our ability to think, and to think and to dream, and to do all those things. It does not matter which part of mind it is subconscious and subconscious. It both affects, and the most important is not to use alcohol. And just remember, I will tell you a very simple thing, because on the day, as I said before, to see results, it takes quite a long time. And just imagine, after you need to stop using all those alcohols for at least 2 years before you regain the control, and you start all those things start to turn in the positive side. So the 2 years minimum is just to until your brain shifts and starts to to create all those neural networks and neural network and all those connections. This is basically our internal AI, artificial. There is not a big difference between all those things, as you know. It artificial intelligence is here on the computer screen. It's inside. We don't know if it is it's a real thing or not, but it is the same this thing that it's our inner ourselves. Basically. Do not try to destroy your artificial intelligence, because it's really too. And the next one is it is drinking, alright, and alcohol. We talked about the alcohol, and next one is smoking. You have to give up smoking completely. Stop smoking, because smoking acts in a similar method as alcohol, and why we need to stop doing that. It is very difficult to stop smoking in this modern world, because you need you want to socialize with people, and sometimes very difficult, but to give up and to avoid. When I say smoking, I mean we should avoid cigarettes and all those psychotropic materials or addictives that control our mind, and those things they take control of our mind, and at the cost of another, and so we try to. What we do is they act like creating something like one particular part of your brain to work really hard, but at the cost of another part. So we need to avoid those things, and as it's the best not to avoid, but we have not to start those. Not to start is the best option, because those are very difficult to give up, and really really dangerous. So the next one is another simple thing, because in my opinion, it's my personal opinion, energy drinks is also not good. So avoid those ones, because we are really not